Hi, it's Richard from Inclusive Driving here. There's a junction very close to Wolverhampton Test Centre, controlled by traffic lights, which causes lots of problems. The reason for this is that it's not crossroads traffic lights. The angle of the roads is more offset like that, and this causes positioning problems for a lot of learners. In this video, we'll go and drive around that junction from various different directions, explaining the different positioning techniques that we use to complete right and left turns. When turning right at traffic lights, we often talk about offside to offside and near side to near side, or sometimes I call it passenger side to passenger side or driver side to driver side. Those terms refer to your relative position compared to another car that is also turning right from the other direction. We're not going to use those terms on this occasion. We're going to use the terms shallow and deep to talk about how far over the stop line at the traffic lights we're going to go before we take up our waiting position. We're going to turn right at the traffic lights at the top of this hill. Now, these crossroads are not at 90 degrees to each other. They're at an odd angle. And it's very easy when turning right from this direction to misjudge your waiting position if there's traffic opposite coming into this road. So our waiting position, remember, rule number one is your positioning is somewhere where you will not get in the way of oncoming traffic. If you can help traffic behind you get past you, that's nice, but that's not the priority. The priority is not to get in the way of oncoming traffic. So we've got a couple of options here. One option is not to go too far into the junction. That will certainly keep us out of the way of oncoming traffic. And remember, you're going into the left-hand lane on this right turn. The other option is to go a little deeper into the junction, but steer slightly to the left. We'll go and have a look at that one again. The easier of those two options is not to go too far into the junction, but that does compromise traffic flow behind. So we're making a judgment really based on how much traffic can we see on the other side of the junction coming towards us into this road. If we think we'll be waiting for a long time, maybe go deeper but keep slightly to the left to allow oncoming traffic to clear through. If there's only one or two cars ahead of you, and even if they're signalling perhaps to say they're turning left or right and not coming into this road, then the going in shallow option is easier. So let's have a look at this junction again. At the moment it looks like there's nobody wanting to come towards me, so let's go for the shallow option. No one coming towards us. Shallow option. Now, if we attempt to go deep into the junction without altering our steering, we effectively end up on the wrong side of the road, facing oncoming traffic. So remember, that junction from that direction, either go shallow or go deep, but make sure you steer to the left slightly so that you stay on your own side of the road. This is the same set of traffic lights approached from the opposite direction, and we'll turn right. The principle is the same. Because the road wiggles slightly, and it's not crossroads, it's an offset angle, either go shallow or deep, but with some steering. There's nothing coming towards us, so no reason why we can't go shallow. There are several ways to help this channel. Like this video so that it gets shown to other people. Share it with your friends on social media to make sure that they see it. And most of all, subscribe to the channel to show your ongoing support and help me keep creating new content. Let's look at that junction again, and we'll make our decision on whether to go shallow or deep based on what we see coming towards us. One car coming towards us signalling to turn off anyway, so we could do shallow quite easily. Let's show the deeper option though. Remember, steer slightly to the left so you don't get in the way of oncoming traffic. Lots of steering now required. And similarly to the opposite direction that we showed you first, if you don't alter your steering and you go deep, you will end up on the wrong side of the road, and that's potentially catastrophic. This time we'll look at a left turn. So this is the Birmingham New Road, and we'll be turning left onto, I think it's Rookery Road. You'll notice when we get there that the left turn is not actually part of the traffic light system. There is a give way line that we can make use of. What's tricky about this junction is it's on quite a steep hill. We don't like stopping on hills, so we'll be making a judgment again on approach to this junction. And we'll be doing our best not to stop at the give way line if we can help it. The left turn is just after this lay-by for the bus stop, so let's pop a signal on. I can see that there's one van going in the same direction. He's out the way, so probably we won't need to stop. Let's do this in second gear then. We get a nice view to the right as we approach that give way line, and we can keep it moving really easily. If there was more traffic coming into this road from those traffic lights, we could slow down more, we could select first gear, and we could crawl, again doing our best not to come to a complete stop. Let's go and look at that one again. So turning left, next road on the left is just after the bus stop in the lay-by. One car turning into the same junction, which will probably be out of the way by the time we get there. But let's pretend we were having to slow down more. Let's get first gear now, and then potentially we can crawl, and not have to stop. Let's approach from the same direction, but this time turn right. Have a look at this green sign. We're taking the turning sign posted Ettingshaw. We can see it's a very shallow bit of steering to do. The fatal mistake that is made at this junction is to go too far into the junction before steering, and you will run out of room to actually take the road to Ettingshaw. We probably won't get through the traffic lights on this cycle because there's already 4 cars in front of us. because it's on a slight hill, quite understandably learners don't want to stop, especially on a busy traffic light junction where you've got to get moving again. But honestly, stay shallow on this one. You'll also see as we get closer there is a blue circle with a white arrow pointing to the direction that you need to go. It's a keep right sign. I'm holding back here because there's still 4 cars in the junction. I don't think we'll make it. Okay, I'm making that call now. So stay shallow. You can probably see from that bit of footage, if you were to go too deep into that junction, you would have to do an awful lot of steering to the right and do what we call a swan neck into this road. That road is also very, very close to Wolverhampton Driving Test Centre. It's possibly the last right turn you're going to do on a driving test. So please, please don't fail there. Don't fail there. Let's look at that right turn at the traffic lights again. Hold back at the stop line for the traffic lights until we know what's happening ahead. So let's look at what would happen if you went too deep into this junction because you didn't want to stop. You'd run out of turning room. You may even be tempted to go the wrong way down that dual carriageway. So definitely stay shallow there. You're in a dedicated right turn lane. So everybody else behind you can't go anywhere until you've actually done that right turn. So you're not holding up traffic. If the traffic coming towards you is clear, you can move straight away. If there is lots of traffic coming towards us, you cannot go. So in that case, the waiting position you take isn't going to affect people behind you. So stay shallow. Now let's approach those traffic lights from the final direction. We're going to turn left. Again, the left turn is not controlled by the traffic lights. On a driving test, the examiner may not even mention the traffic lights. They may simply say, take the next road on the left. Let's have a look at the sign coming up on the left. Big green sign, signposted Ettingshall. We can see that is a very sharp turn. So already we're thinking slow, lots of steering. Let's tell people what we're doing with the signal. Green traffic light is controlling people going ahead. You'll see here we don't have our own traffic light, we don't have a stop line, we do have a give way line. So we've got to give way to traffic coming from our right and left. Clear to my right. And that's on a downhill, so that causes a lot less stress. Again, that could be the final junction on your driving test. So remember, you're not waiting for a green traffic light there. And even if there is a red traffic light, it's not for you if you're turning left. There is no stop line, there is a give way line. So you are good to proceed as long as you check to the left and right and emerge safely. So as always, if you found that video useful, please do give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the YouTube channel. That helps us create more content for people like you. So it's goodbye from me. Have a good day.